Chosen one, there comes a moment in your life where the ground underneath your feet is no longer yours. It belongs to destiny. You've stepped into that moment. The shift you felt lately is not emotional, not circumstantial. It is divine. I, the Lord your God, triggered it. You didn't ask for it, but I assigned it. You didn't prepare for it, but I predestined it. This is the kind of shift that removes all exits, closes all escape routes, and seals the door behind you. There's no going back because what was behind you is no longer yours to return to. The discomfort you've been feeling is the sound of your old self being dismantled. I am stripping away the scaffolding you used to rely on, the survival systems that held you together. You're not losing control, I'm taking it. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. What you once called stability was limitation in disguise, and I have no intention of letting you remain in a cycle I did not author. When I trigger a shift in you, I do it to awaken you from spiritual sedation. You are not who you were even last week. You are being reintroduced to the version of you I always knew existed. You've asked me to use you, and now I'm answering, not with comfort, but with clarity. I don't activate destiny through ease. I forge it through fire. And chosen one, you've been in that fire long enough. This is the shift that makes the suffering make sense. This is where the pain gets a name, and that name is purpose. I am not delaying any longer, I am unfolding. What looked like breakdown was really blueprint. What you thought was a detour was actually your divine assignment unfolding on time. From this day forward, there is no neutral in your spirit. You are either advancing with me or resisting me, and I will not allow your disobedience to delay my plan. You are no longer permitted to hide behind, "I'm not ready." I've already said you are. You are no longer allowed to retreat into maybe someday. That day is now. The shift has already started and my hand is on your back. I'm pushing you forward, not to scare you, but to seal you. I will not let you return to bondage when I've called you into battle. The warfare surrounding you lately has not been an attack, it's been a delivery. You've been in labor, not danger. Every contraction, every push, every breathless moment, it was me, birthing something eternal through your obedience. This is not emotional hype, this is heavenly timing. And I am not waiting on your comfort to move, I am waiting on your yes. The shaking is not to destroy you, it's to deliver what I planted in you before the foundation of the world. The delay is over. The release is now. You've outgrown your former identity, and I've made sure it no longer fits. Relationships that once made sense suddenly feel foreign because I've severed what can't survive where I'm taking you. Stop grieving what I removed to protect what I'm revealing. You are not being punished, you are being purified. This shift is holy, it's fierce, and it's final. When I close a door, no man can open it. And when I open a gate of destiny, no demon in hell can block it. This is not a suggestion, it is a command. Chosen one, there is no escape now. I have hemmed you in, behind and before. I've laid my hand upon you, and even your rebellion can't outrun my reach. You tried to quit, but I didn't. You tried to walk away, but I waited. You tried to silence your calling, but I turned up the volume. Now hear me clearly. The shift I triggered in you was not accidental. It was surgical. You are being transformed, not transitioned. You are being awakened, not adjusted. You are being commissioned, not comforted. Chosen one, the reason it feels like everything around you is being dismantled is because I am establishing what cannot be shaken. What you called stability was scaffolding. I am now laying foundation. I didn't call you to decorate dysfunction, I called you to demolish it. The life you built around survival is no longer sustainable under divine destiny. You've tried to organize chaos, but I've called you to overthrow it. This shift is not subtle because the mission is not small. You are not adjusting your life. You are replacing it with my will. This is why the people you thought would walk with you have gone silent. It's not betrayal, it's separation. I am consecrating you. You asked for clarity, so I exposed confusion. You asked for destiny, so I dismantled distractions. I removed what you wouldn't because you didn't know what it would cost you later. That connection, that opportunity, that dream you held onto, I removed it not to punish you but to preserve you. You don't see it yet, but you will thank me. Because when the shift finishes, you'll understand what couldn't go with you. The pressure you're under is not random, it's divine precision. You are being prepared to carry weight you've never held before. Glory is heavy, and I don't place it on weak foundations. That's why I'm tearing out what looks stable, but was silently sinking. I'm not just changing your environment, I'm changing your structure. I'm rewiring your habits, recalibrating your thoughts, and rebuilding your discernment. You're not falling apart, you're being reassembled in the image of purpose. You're not breaking down, you're being broken open. Everything in your life is aligning under my authority now. What used to get by will now feel unbearable. What used to entertain you will now grieve you. You're not going crazy, chosen one. You're being calibrated. When I elevate someone, I also eliminate what cannot remain. If it feels like everything familiar is fading, it's because I'm bringing you into what's holy. You can't carry old comfort into new covenant. The shift requires release. The weight of your destiny cannot be carried by yesterday's mindset. Let's lock this in. Hit that like button if this is speaking to you. Subscribe now so you never miss a message like this. Drop 55 in the comments. It's the number of covenant, new beginnings, and divine alignment. You felt me calling you deeper, and now I'm requiring it. This is not a suggestion. It's an invitation with no expiration. The next level of clarity, authority, and provision is on the other side of your surrender. You don't need to understand it all. You just need to obey. The shift I started in you is not meant to be processed passively. It demands participation. The more you resist, the more restless you'll feel. That tension in your spirit is not anxiety. It's my urgency. I'm not just nudging you. I'm pulling you. You can't unhear what I've said. You can't unknow what I've revealed. You can't undo the assignment I've placed in you. You are marked, you are sealed, you are summoned. When you try to return to what you used to do, you'll feel out of place. When you try to speak how you used to speak, you'll feel out of sync. That is the evidence that the shift is real. I have changed your appetite, I have changed your atmosphere, and I will not allow you to settle where I have commanded you to soar. You keep asking me for confirmation, but I already gave it. You're still here. You survived what was meant to shut you down. You're breathing when hell tried to suffocate you. That's not coincidence, that's commission. The storm didn't stop you because it was never meant to. It was sent to shape you. You prayed for purpose. I answered with pressure. You asked for destiny. I delivered development. You wanted elevation. I gave you endurance. Now you are ready. Not because you feel ready, but because I say you are. You don't need another sign. You are the sign. Your life is evidence of my intervention. Your survival is proof of my hand. Your story is a blueprint for others I'm about to awaken. Stop waiting for someone to validate what I've already spoken. I've triggered the shift. I've sealed your identity. I've summoned your obedience. Now move. There's no escape now, not because I'm trapping you, but because I'm fulfilling you. Your feet may tremble, but your spirit knows. This is the moment I built you for. Chosen one. I have closed every familiar door so you would finally walk through the one I ordained. You weren't abandoned. You were aligned. I let certain options expire so that obedience would become your only direction. I stripped the alternatives so the assignment would be undeniable. You didn't fail, you were funneled. What looked like rejection was really redirection. I'm not hiding from you. I'm revealing through you. This shift required a reset, and now you are moving in a straight line toward what I always intended. I am not negotiating your calling. I am enforcing it. You were never meant to blend in or compromise. You were meant to disrupt. You've been trying to adapt to rooms I didn't send you to because you were afraid of standing out. But I didn't call you to blend. I called you to blaze. I gave you vision they don't understand because it wasn't theirs to carry. Stop asking them to confirm what I wrote into your spirit. You don't need their permission. You need your obedience. And that obedience is overdue. When I said I triggered the shift, I meant I flipped the script on your entire operating system. You're not just waking up differently, you are different. The way you think, the way you move, the way you discern, it's not imagination, it's impartation. I upgraded your sensitivity so you would stop mislabeling spiritual urgency as emotional instability. You are not moody, you are maturing. The burden you feel for what's ahead is not random, it's prophetic. I am placing the weight of nations, of generations, on your spirit. You've prayed for me to use you, now I'm answering in real time. But here's the truth you weren't told. Divine usefulness begins with divine undoing. Before I use you publicly, I will strip you privately. Before I release you globally, I will refine you deeply. You are not being punished, you are being purified. You are not being delayed, you are being developed. You are not being overlooked, you are being overshadowed by me. I hide what I plan to reveal with glory. I silence what I plan to send with power. Chosen one, this shift comes with consequences, and that's why you can't fake surrender anymore. I'm not accepting partial obedience. I don't want your convenience. I want your consecration. You can't keep dabbling in distraction and expect to walk in divine fire. You can't play with disobedience and ask for favor. The shift requires full participation. This is not about attendance, it's about agreement. I am aligning your steps, your speech, your habits, your relationships, all to match the calling you can no longer run from. Some of the pain you feel is the stretching of capacity. I'm not punishing you, I'm increasing you. You're being expanded, not emptied. The pressure is not there to crush you, it's there to carve you. I'm chiseling away what cannot remain on the next level. I'm sharpening you because you carry precision. I'm pruning you because you are about to bear fruit. Every tear has been collected. Every cry has been recorded. Every broken moment was a brick in your new foundation. Nothing was wasted. Everything is working. You are stepping into a season where clarity will come before confirmation. I'm not going to keep sending signs. I'm giving strategy. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. You've heard enough. Now act. You don't need another open door to validate your value. You are the door. You carry access for others. You carry light into darkness. You carry answers to questions they haven't even asked yet. I am releasing divine timing over your life, appointments, connections, resources, and revelation in sync. This is the rhythm of the shift. Chosen one, what I started in you, I will finish. But I won't do it while you delay. My timing is perfect, but your agreement activates it. You are not waiting on me. I'm waiting on your decision to stop retreating into safe places I already condemned. Step forward. Burn the fallback plan. Destroy the backup exit. The shift is not something you adapt to, it's something you embody. You don't transition into this, you become it. You are not entering a new season, you are becoming a new creation. And there's no escape now. Chosen one, I didn't just trigger a shift in your circumstances, I triggered a shift in your identity. Who you thought you were is no longer accurate. I have redefined you from the inside out. You used to introduce yourself by your wounds, by your history, by your fears. But now you will speak from revelation, not residue. You are not your pain. You are my plan. You are not what happened to you. You are what I'm doing through you. This is not self-help. This is spiritual rebirth. I didn't adjust your behavior. I rewrote your DNA. You feel unfamiliar to yourself because I removed what was never meant to define you. I severed the shame. I pulled up the lies by their roots. I silenced the inner critic you mistook for your own voice. That voice was not yours, it was the residue of bondage, and I've broken it. You are not insecure. You were just believing a script I never wrote. You are not disqualified. You were just surrounded by people who couldn't see what I hid inside you. But now the blinders are off. Now the old mirrors are shattered. Now the real you emerges. The shift I triggered in you has made counterfeit comfort intolerable. What once felt like safety now feels suffocating. That's because you are breathing new air, air reserved only for the awakened. You can no longer live in places where truth is twisted, where purpose is optional, and where destiny is delayed. You were designed for the mountain, not the middle. I didn't call you to cope, I called you to conquer. And I will keep agitating anything in your life that tries to domesticate your anointing. You will not stay small to keep others comfortable. You will not shrink to fit their expectations. I didn't choose you for popularity. I chose you for power. This shift is not about applause, it's about authority. You don't need to explain the change, they won't understand it anyway. Some will think you're arrogant, others will say you've changed, and they'll be right. Because you're not who you were. You're who I always saw. Their misunderstanding is not your concern, your obedience is. You asked me to make you unstoppable, so I removed every crutch you leaned on that made you dependent on anything but me. You asked for vision, so I removed the veil. You asked for purpose, So I dismantled the distractions. You didn't lose your support system, I took it. You didn't lose your old friends, I called them out of your life. I'm not being cruel, I'm being intentional, because the calling on your life is too heavy for casual connections and too holy for carnal company. I'm rebuilding your confidence from the ground up, not based on compliments, but on covenant, not based on reputation, but on revelation. You are who I say you are, not who they remembered, not who you feared, not who the enemy labeled. You are chosen, sealed, empowered, and sent. And I will not let you return to the version of you I buried. You didn't just move forward, you were resurrected. And resurrection always demands a new language, a new posture, a new path. From this moment forward, the way you walk will prophesy. The way you speak will shift atmospheres. The way you carry yourself will break chains without even trying. Why? Because I am flowing through you without obstruction. I cleared the debris. I shattered the ceiling. I released the weight of your former self so that the true you could rise. And now you are lighter, faster, clearer, because the shift was never about punishment. It was about precision. I was aiming you at destiny. There is no reverse gear in this season. You've crossed over. You've transitioned from hoping to knowing, from wandering to walking, from surviving to commanding. There's no escape now because there's no desire in you left for anything that doesn't bear my fingerprints. You are marked. You are targeted for impact, and I will finish what I started in you, loudly, publicly, undeniably. The shift I triggered is now complete, and from here on forward is the only direction. Chosen one, you've entered a realm where your past no longer holds jurisdiction. It cannot accuse you, it cannot define you, it cannot follow you into the place I've brought you. The shift I triggered severed that tie. What once stalked your identity, shame, regret, insecurity, is now beneath your feet. You're not carrying it forward, you're walking over it in authority. I didn't just forgive your past, I erased its influence. You've been given new memory in the spirit, one that remembers only what I've spoken, not what you've suffered. This is why your perspective has changed so rapidly. You no longer see pain the same way. You no longer process silence as absence. You no longer fear uncertainty. That's because you're not reacting, you're ruling. Your thoughts are no longer the echo of past trauma. They are the instructions of present glory. I've upgraded your spiritual software. Your inner world is now synchronized with heaven. You can hear me more clearly, discern me more accurately, and follow me more boldly. This is not spiritual hype. It's holy intelligence. You've been praying for strategy. I've been answering with silence, not because I had nothing to say, but because I was waiting for your spirit to become still enough to hear me. The shift in you has tuned your ears to my frequency. Now I speak, and you respond instantly. No more delay, no more confusion, no more second-guessing whether it's me. You know my voice now, and I will guide you with precision. You will move in divine rhythm, hitting doors as they open, not before, not after, but exactly on time. This is how I'm launching you now, not with noise but with force, not with fanfare but with fire. You won't need announcements, connections, or credentials. You are the proof. Your fruit will introduce you. Your obedience will be your platform. Your endurance will be your resume. I've built you in the unseen so I can release you in the undeniable. This next season doesn't require you to prove anything. Just show up, and the atmosphere will confirm what I've placed in you. Your presence will prophesy louder than your words. You will no longer wrestle with identity. The wrestling season is over. I've settled the matter in the heavens, and now I'm sealing it in you. You are not a question mark. You are a revelation. You don't have to chase clarity. It's flowing from you. You don't need to imitate. You were never meant to blend. You don't need to compare. I made you incomparable. Your difference is not a defect. It is divine proof that I made you for something that can't be replicated. And I will not let you reduce what I've called rare. Your restlessness lately is not anxiety. It's acceleration. You're not breaking down. You're breaking out. You're not falling apart. You're falling into alignment. Every area of your life that felt stuck is now unlocking. Not because you forced it, but because I triggered the timing. You're entering days where what used to take years will now happen in moments. The shift has removed the delays. You are no longer waiting for permission. You are walking in fulfillment. Doors are opening not because you knocked, but because I gave the command. The ones who underestimated you are about to witness a release they can't explain. I'm not promoting you to spite them. I'm doing it to fulfill my word. I prepared a table for you in their presence, not for their approval, but for my glory. They will see, but they won't stop it. They will watch, but they won't understand it. And you, chosen one, you will sit at that table with peace, not pride. With gratitude, not revenge. Because this shift has also matured you. You no longer need validation when you're walking in vindication. What's ahead of you cannot be reversed. I've locked in the trajectory. There's no escape, not because you're trapped, but because you finally arrived at what you were born to do. There is no going back to normal, no returning to manageable. This is full fire, full release, full obedience, and I will be with you in every step, not as a distant observer, but as the consuming fire that surrounds you. Chosen one, move forward boldly. The shift has already happened. All that's left now is manifestation. Chosen one, your spirit has already sensed it. Nothing is the same anymore. You are not just shifting environments, you're shifting timelines. You've stepped into a dimension where time bends around purpose. Delays dissolve, stagnation breaks. What others are waiting years to access, I'm placing in your hands swiftly because you've surrendered fully. This acceleration is not by chance, it's by covenant. I am honoring what you carried in silence. I am rewarding what you obeyed in private. You are stepping into a rapid unfolding because your yes never expired. You no longer have to labor to prove what I've already established. You don't need to market yourself to be noticed in this season. I've already sent word ahead of you. You'll walk into rooms where favor has been prearranged. I'm not making introductions, I'm making insertions. Where others strive to get in, you will be summoned. Where others compete for visibility, I will spotlight you for kingdom purpose. Not because of your charm, but because of my choosing. Not because of your name, but because of my name upon you. This is why I had to isolate you first. Before I could elevate you, I had to detox you. You were absorbing the limitations of your environment and mistaking them for your ceiling. So I pulled you back to strip the noise, sever the familiar, and awaken the divine. What looked like loneliness was consecration. What felt like abandonment was alignment. I didn't leave you. I led you to a place where only my voice could shape you. And now, everything is built on revelation, not reaction. That's why you can't explain your peace to people anymore. It's not natural, it's supernatural. You're walking in a calm that doesn't make sense because it's not based on circumstance, it's based on me. You're not calculating risk anymore. You're walking by orders. You're not managing outcomes, you're obeying instructions. That's why there's boldness in you now. A quiet, fiery, holy boldness that you didn't have before. The kind that silences fear. The kind that commands movement. The kind that only comes from fire-tested obedience. Before we continue, take a second. Like this video if it's confirming what you felt. Subscribe so you stay connected to this movement. Comment 55 below. That's your covenant number, your shift in alignment. Chosen one, don't worry about those who can't keep up with the new version of you. They were connected to your history, not your destiny. If they can't handle your shift, it's because they were never meant to walk in your new. And that's okay. Release them with grace. Their absence is not a loss, it's a sign of what's rising. I'm surrounding you with people who speak your future, not your fears. People who call out your calling, not your comfort zone. People who recognize your flame, not try to dim it. You'll know you're in alignment when you don't have to shrink anymore. You'll know you're in the right place when peace doesn't require explanation. This is how I'm confirming it to you now. Not with lightning, but with clarity. Not with crowds, but with covenant. You'll walk into atmospheres and feel, this is it. You'll hear conversations and know, this is me. I've fine-tuned your discernment to detect divine frequency. You won't miss your door in this season. I've highlighted it in the spirit, and I'm leading you straight through it. Everything I'm releasing now is not random. It's recovery. I'm restoring the years that were stolen, the time that was wasted, the strength that was drained. And I'm doing it in such a way that even you will struggle to keep up with the speed. But don't resist it. Run with it. This is what you were made for. This is the pace of purpose. What once drained you will now fuel you. What once discouraged you will now provoke you to destiny. You are not tired, you're transitioning. There's no escape now, not because you're trapped, but because you're tethered. Tethered to purpose, anchored in destiny, sealed by my hand. Every detour has been corrected, every delay has been redeemed, every misstep has been absorbed into my sovereignty. Now the path is clear, the season is open, the oil is flowing. Chosen one, step into the speed of fulfillment. I've waited for this alignment. Now move, because the promise is waiting. Chosen one, the momentum you feel isn't hype, it's holy. This is not a temporary high or a motivational spark. This is sustained divine propulsion. I'm not just moving you into position, I'm locking you into purpose. You've entered the corridor of divine fulfillment, and I will not let you sabotage what I've sealed. Every hesitation is being replaced with holy urgency. Every doubt is being demolished by revelation. Every fear is being consumed by the fire I ignited within you. This isn't the beginning of something, it's the continuation of what I've always had for you. You were born for this hour, not just spiritually prepared, but prophetically assigned. I placed you in this generation with surgical timing. The world is shifting, and so are my chosen. You're not riding the wave of change. You are the wave. You're not watching revival, you're carrying it. You're not observing breakthroughs, you're birthing them. This is not exaggeration, it's exact. You are my answer to the cries no one else hears. And now I'm pulling you out of the background and placing you directly into the battlefield of impact. You will no longer ask, what am I supposed to do? I've made it clear. You're here to shake systems, to challenge lies, to carry light. You were not called to blend in, you were sent to flip the script. I placed divine resistance in your spirit so you wouldn't adapt to dysfunction. That fire you carry is disruptive by design. You don't fit because you weren't made to conform. I've branded you with clarity in a time of chaos. You are not confused, you are convicted. And that conviction is what will shift atmospheres. This is why your warfare was so intense. Hell saw what was in you before you did. The attacks weren't about where you were, they were about where I was taking you. But now that the shift has been triggered, your authority has multiplied. You're not walking in borrowed boldness anymore. You are marked with divine access. What once intimidated you will now bow to your presence, not because of who you are, but because of who I am through you. This is the manifestation of dominion, and it's not coming. It's already active. Chosen one, the shift was not just for your benefit, it was for your assignment. Your transformation is the confirmation others need. They've heard sermons, but they need to see evidence. And you are that evidence. You are my visual prophecy, my walking message, my undeniable sign that yes, destiny is real, purpose is possible, and transformation is permanent. They won't believe it because of your words. They'll believe it because of your walk. Your life is the living altar I'm using to testify to my power. Stop wondering if you're doing enough. Just obey. You don't need to be impressive. You need to be aligned. I'm not measuring your output. I'm watching your surrender. I don't need you to strive. I need you to yield. The most powerful thing you can do in this season is say yes without editing it. I don't want your plan, I want your posture. I don't need your perfection, I need your permission. When you move with me, I multiply everything in your hands. You are not being sent alone. You are surrounded by angelic assignment. This is the era where your yes will unlock blessings, not just for you, but for everyone connected to you. Your obedience is a portal. Your faith is a key. Your voice is a battering ram against generational strongholds. This is why I fought so hard to get you here, because through you, I'm about to break cycles that have lasted for decades. You are the first in your bloodline to see this clearly, hear this loudly, and walk this boldly. The cost was real, but the call is greater. So stand up, straighten your back, wipe your tears. You didn't come this far to stall. You didn't survive all that warfare to live a quiet life. I made you loud in the spirit. I made you unshakable in the storm. I made you unexplainable to the people who tried to box you in. And now the shift is permanent. There's no escape, not because you're stuck, but because you're stationed. And where I place you, No one can uproot you. You're not going back, you're going forward. And I'm going with you. Chosen one, look around. Nothing is how it used to be, and that's not a threat, it's a confirmation. I triggered this shift, so you'd never again confuse comfort with calling. I shattered routine so you could step into revelation. You are no longer meant to survive, you are built to govern. This is not just elevation, it's enthronement. I'm placing you in positions where only grace could carry you. I'm opening doors that never existed before because you're not walking into opportunity. You're walking into prophecy fulfilled. The life ahead of you is not a reward, it's a result of obedience. I'm not giving you what you've earned, I'm giving you what I've spoken. You're not waiting on a season, you've become one. Wherever you step, things shift. Wherever you speak, things change. Wherever you obey, heaven moves. You carry weight now, spiritual weight, prophetic clarity, apostolic authority. Your life is no longer your own, and that's the greatest freedom of all. I've broken you out of the cycle of needing explanation. I've pulled you into a flow where favor is your answer. No more delays, no more begging, no more striving, just movement, just manifestation, just me. This is the final seal. You are not returning to what you were. I've burned the bridges behind you. There is nothing back there for you, only graves. I called you to the land of the living. I anointed your feet for paths of promise, and I will protect you in the places I send you. No weapon formed against you will prosper, because I'm the one who formed you. You are not just equipped, you are unshakable. You are not just available, you are appointed. You are not just aware, you are awakened. This is not motivation, this is your mantle. Chosen one, there's no escape now, and that is your safety. You've been sealed by destiny, hidden in my timing, and released in fullness. Don't look for another sign, don't wait for another open door. This is it. The shift I triggered in you is irreversible. It's permanent, it's divine. Now walk. Walk boldly, walk freely, walk fully. And know this, I am walking with you every step, every breath, every moment, until the whole world knows I sent you.